I'm here with my buddy. He goes by the name of Spyro on Facebook. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hey guys, my name is Mark Spears. On Facebook, my name is Mark Spyro Spears, and I go by Spyro on most of the Facebook Yu-Gi-Oh groups. And I buy and sell Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon cards for a living.
That's awesome, man. How long have you been doing Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon for?
I started about 6 to 6.5 years ago.
That's awesome. Just like collecting or buying and selling cards in general?
Just buying and selling. I really just started collecting probably in the past year or so.
Oh, that's awesome, man. So we're here at his walk-in closet, and he's showing us some of his collection or inventory. Do you call it collection or inventory?
Well, this is all an inventory in front of me because all this stuff is for sale. I've got some personal stuff that I do keep, though.
All right. So the best place to get in touch with you is on Facebook, correct?
Yep, Facebook, Mark Spyro Spears.
All right, so let's get on with the video. So these are some of his prize cards. Can you talk to me about this 3 dragon right here?
Yeah, so this is the Rarest Volskov trophy. These were given out 2008. As you see on here, it's the Store Summer Cup. The champion got these. So this middle one is actually foil. Which is what they usually are. These 2 on the side though are actually the like non-foil rare ones. These are a lot rarer than this one in the middle. So.
Oh wow! So how many of these are in existence? Do you know?
I want to say I want to say there's probably close to 100 total of them.
Okay,
so.
That is in the case or like.
In the case, yeah.
Are there any raw ones?
There are Rarest raw copies that were given out as well. And then you have some people that have actually like broken these out of cases too.
How did that end up?
Well, I mean, a lot of people end up damaging them. So the big tell on them is like this one in the middle here. Even though it's an ultra rare card, the Rarest normal one is an ultra rare. This one has secret foiling on it. That's from the case, so that would be a pretty easy indicator if you see one that's outside of a case that it was broken out.
Okay. So what are the values of these?
These are
as of today of January 2022.
They bounce around, but I mean anywhere between like $4,000 and $6,000. So I don't know, probably average around 5,000.
Okay, so you said these are rarer than this. Are they a price difference or just?
There is a price difference. I honestly don't know what the price difference is right now on these. I got these in a trade, so.
Okay, cool. All right, let's move on to the other prize cards.
Okay, so another one of my recent pickups is this 9.5 Cyberstein. It's got all 4 subgrades as 9.5 as well, which is really cool. So.
Can you tell me a little bit of this Cyberstein?
It's from the Shonen Jump Championship Series. And I mean, this was the first prize card you ever got in a championship series. So it's just one of the oldest ones. I don't remember the exact year that it came out. But this is definitely one of the oldest ones, and I guess one of the most nostalgic cards in terms of I guess Yu-Gi-Oh history. When you talk about a prize card, this and Crush Card Virus are really what comes to mind. So,
do you know if there's any BGS 10 graded Cybersteins in existence?
I think there is. I think there might be 1 or 2. Yeah.
Okay. Any black label? Do you know?
No, 0 black label.
What about PSA 10s? How many of those?
Yeah, there's I don't know. I honestly don't know. Probably 5 to 10, if I had to guess. There may be more, maybe less.
Okay. So how many of these were given out? Do you know what the pop count on like the card in general?
I don't know the exact pop count, and that's because they did this thing called UDE Day.
Yeah.
Where you could go to and you could win like a Shrink, a Cyberstein, or whatnot. And so there were a lot more given out then. So I don't know the exact number. No.
Okay. What about this one?
This is Dark End Dragon. This is the cheapest Shonen Jump Championship card that there is.
As to date.
Yeah, as of today. So it was the last one to come out, and they also did side events and stuff and gave these out back in like 2000, 2018, I believe. So a lot more got released. So it's by far the cheapest one.
Okay. What about this one?
This is just a super graded Dvorak. It's
Okay.
it's like a YCS Super, nothing super special. It's a 9.5.
So can you talk about the? I mean, Sony Jump used to be what now is called YCS, right? But it used to be Sony Jump, which are pretty much the same event.
Yeah, it's the same idea for an event. So these are given out to I think it's like second and third place get these. First place gets an ultra one of these, and then every year at nationals they give these out to the top 32 players as well. All the YCS supers are like that.
But it's still a trophy card.
Yeah, it's still a prize card.
Okay, cool. Can you talk about this one?
This is from like a world. It's from like a world event. You would get them, and they all look like this. There's a bunch of different ones. There's like Firewing Pegasus, Tire, and a bunch of different ones. Stardust Divinity. This is just a sealed Chimera. So
Okay. Do you know if it's like a promo card that everybody that attended Worlds get?
I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't think everyone got this. I'm not 100% sure on those though.
Okay. Next we move on to the old school first edition stuff. So the LOB Blue Eyes is the most desirable one, right?
Yeah, I mean, these two cards really we can talk about together. Legend of Blue Eyes, first set for Yu-Gi-Oh! These were the two main cards, and they're both North American print, English, and Dark Magician being a 9.5. So this is really hard to get. The Blue Eyes, there's a fair amount of them in around this condition. So
you think the Dark Magician is harder to find than the Blue Eyes?
The Blue Eyes cost more if they're both the same grade, but since the Dark Magician is a 9.5, this is substantially more than this is. So
yeah. So there are different first edition LOB set that are English?
Yeah, there's English, there's like Oceanic English, Asian English, and I don't know if I said it, but there's European English too. There's a few different ones, and you can tell, I mean, some have an E, some will have like a Japanese symbol here where Yu-Gi-Oh goes.
So this one doesn't have the E or anything on it, so it's a North American print, correct?
Yep.
All right, let's get this focused. Okay. So I heard there was a debate between Glossy and what's the other, Wavy, right?
Yeah, there's Wavy and Glossy. Both of these are Glossy.
Glossy. So which one is the more desirable one, the Glossy or the Wavy?
I believe that Wavy is the more desirable, and Wavy usually sells for higher. Like I just sold a Blue Eyes that's also an 8.5 for $2,000 more than this is worth, just because it was Wavy. So
can you tell which one's Wavy and Glossy from the slab, or what? Like how can you tell the difference between Wavy and Glossy?
So Wavy actually looks kind of like, I don't know, dull in a way. It doesn't shine as much when you move it back and forth. These shine a lot when you move them back and forth. So
Okay.
it's a pretty easy way to tell there.
Okay, cool. So let's go with these two.
Okay, so this Dark Paladin here was really cool. There was like a mail-in redemption thing back in the day. This was the original Paladin that this one came out, and then there's a different Paladin of the other art that came out. And so you mailed in one to get the other. So this is pretty rare. This is considered. There's this, and actually we can talk about these together. This and this are probably some of the most notable, popular misprints in Yu-Gi-Oh! This is a Jinzo jar. So what that means is there's actually a Jinzo's head in the top of the morphing jar. And the easiest way to tell on these is whenever you're looking at the card, anytime you see next to discard here, there's a little white dot. I don't know if he can get in far enough on the camera to see that, but there's a little white dot here next to discard, and that's how...
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, that's a good way to indicate that it's a Jinzo jar that you're looking at. That, and in the foiling, you'll see the Jinzo's head in the top.
Is that 100% of the time, if they has the little dot there, it will be the Jinzo jar?
Every time I've seen one, it's been a Jinzo jar, yes.
Okay, cool. So this weren't in the pack, right? They had like another art, and if you got that art, you sent it to Upper Deck back in the day, or whoever's making the product, and they'll send you this one. Is that how that worked?
I think it was the other. I think you may have gotten the. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
That's what I was told. I don't know if I remember that correctly.
Yeah, I get confused whether it's one way or the other. I know this is considered the corrected Art Dark Paladin though.
Okay. What about the Dark Magician girl? So these are like next to the LOB Blue Eyes and Dark Magician. These are probably the most favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card of all time, correct?
Yeah, I'd say Dark Magician Girl is probably right after Blue Eyes. Dark Magician probably comes after her. Just a lot of people just love this card. It's a really good cover art.
It's also a girl.
Yeah, it's also a girl for a bunch of the Yu-Gi-Oh players, how they are. So
the Ochi only fans.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just First Ed, MFC, DMG. These are really cool. So
yeah, you had a first edition PSA 10 last year, right?
I did. I sold it. Yeah.
Yeah, these are cool. Let's move on to these.
Okay. So this is not very special. Let's see. So these are some other cool ones. This is a PSA 10 DDS Blue Eyes. This is a really cool one. A lot of people actually prefer this Blue Eyes over the LOB one. Just for the prismatic foiling it has and everything, and it being a PSA 10 is really cool. So
I really like this art of the Blue Eyes because this was the enemy version, and this is just how I know Blue Eyes White Dragon. Plus, I think it's the only secret rare of this art, right?
I think so. There may be some recent ones that came out, but they don't look anywhere near as good as a DDS.
Yeah, beautiful. So these came in a video game, right?
Yeah, it was Dark Duel Stories.
It came with 3 other cards. This, Dark Magician, and Exodia Head.
Yeah.
What about this?
So this is a Genzo from Pharaoh's Servant. It's first edition, and it's also a PSA 10. So it's just another cool old card. It was a cover art for the Pharaoh's Servant set. So
that's awesome. And I think back in the day, this was one of the most popular cards, especially for GOAT, because it stops draft cards.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was really played a lot, so it's really hard to get PSA 10s, I think. That's awesome. Well, can you tell me what this stack is right here?
Oh yeah, this is just like a recent collection I've been working on. I have 8 so far, and these are all from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Masterpiece series. So here recently, Yu-Gi-Oh! Celebrated their one of their big milestones for being a card game, and so they came out with these Blue Eyes White Dragons, and they actually come with a certificate of authenticity and everything, and it shows that they're made out of silver, and then the card just platinum Blue Eyes White Dragon, and that's what all these are.
So you have 8 in total as of today?
Yeah, so far I have 8. I'm trying to get at least 10. I would like more, but 10 is the goal for now.
So this card is not paper, right?
No.
It's made out of like pure silver, or
Yeah, it's let's see. This says it's purity 999 out of 1,000 for silver.
Wow, that is awesome. See, if you guys want to collect silver, might as well put it in a card form. That is awesome. What's your goal? How many would you want to own?
I will be happy with 10. Past that, I don't know. I mean, 10 to me is a decent investment into one thing. I like diversifying. So
yeah. So there are 1,000 of these.
There's 1,000 that were made for the U.S. And they're all serial numbered 1 to 1,000. So there's 1,000 for the U.S. and then there's another 1,000 for Europe. So there's 2,000 in total. Are
they any different in any way, like the serial number or the certificate? Are they any difference between the European and the American print of these cards?
On the back of the European ones, it has the number and then EU. On the back of these, it has a number and then US. That's the only difference. They're not worth any more or less for either one, though.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man. one more thing. So what is this mat right here? I really like the texture of it.
Oh, this is actually Magic related. This is from the Pro Tour series for Magic Worlds. This is personally my favorite mat. I've had all of the different Worlds grounds. This is just my favorite one for the design that's on it.
So this is called a Spellground mat?
Yeah. Yeah, this is like one of the OG Spellgrounds, as people call it.
It says top 8 on it. Do you know what year this was?
I do not. I do not remember at all.
Okay, that's awesome. So, quick question before we stop the video from here. All the stuff that were on the table that you're showing this video, if you can put a approximate number on it, what do you think the value of it is?
Here on the table, let's see. I don't know an exact number. I know everything in total, including the blue eyes, the platinums. It's probably like somewhere in the 100 to 200,000 range, somewhere in there.
Okay. That's awesome. But this is obviously just a very, very small part of your collection, right?
Yeah. I collect. I've started collecting a lot of stuff. I've started collecting a lot of the old stuff. I just like getting like one copy of a bunch of different things just to hold on to, see if it may appreciate over time. But like I said before, the platinum blue eyes, I mean, any of this other stuff that we went over, all this stuff is for sale. So, like I said, I buy and sell cards all the time. So none of this is like anything I'm keeping. So.
All right. So, can you tell them again where's the best place to get in contact with you if they want to pick any of these stuff up?
Best place to contact me is on Facebook under Mark Spyro Spears. You should see me pop up. I'm in most of the high-end Yu-Gi-Oh groups as well, and I'm an admin in the big one, the $100 plus group. So if you want to, you can contact me there, and also you can check us out on TCG Player at Play to Win Games. And if there's anything else you're looking for instance, I mean, we stock a variety of different cards. Here's just like one box that I just pulled out to show you all. So any type of ghost rares you may need, we've got all these. We've got a massive inventory. If Kenny wants to show you over there, there's some of our inventory actually. We have about double the amount of racks in a different room. So.
All right, thanks, Spyro. Can you spell Spyro for them?
Yeah, Spyro.
So you got the name Spyro from this animated series, right?
Yeah, Spyro the Dragon. It was my favorite video game as a kid.
Okay, so it was a video game. It wasn't like an animated series or anything like that?
No. It was a video game.
Okay, cool. All right, if you don't mind, we're gonna check out some of his personal collection / binders and stuff like that. All right, see you in a bit. So these are the ghost rares that Mr. Spyro here has. Everything here is for trade or sell, correct?
Yes.
Pretty much every single ghost rare you can want. These are Italians. One is English, one's Italian. This one's also English. Cool. So ghost rares are back in 2006 or 7. That's when they first started, I believe. I think the first ghost rare ever was, if I'm not mistaken, the Rainbow Dragon.
Yeah.
There's just like 3D version of the card. You look closely, you can see a little bit of the coloring, but they look really cool. There it is. I believe these were the first and this was the second, if I'm not mistaken. This came out the Phantom Darkness pack. These, I think these are the most desirable Ghost Rares. The Stardust Dragon, especially the first edition ones. Very cool. So, Mark, you were telling me about the rarest card that you own. What is it?
My rarest one actually is this right here. It's a Kids WB card of Sanctity.
What's so special about this? It looks like a common card, right?
Well, it is a common. It's the hardest common and most expensive in the game to find. So back in 2004, Kids WB that used to do the Yu-Gi-Oh show, they sent out an essay, and it was a bunch of kids that did the essay, and the winners of the contest were given these. And they did 100 at first, but I mean, in 2004, you got to consider, I mean, most kids would have thrown these away, or their parents threw them away, they got lost or whatever. So there's been 5 or 6 of these ever found. And yeah, I was lucky enough to acquire one about a year ago.
That's awesome. So you know probably 2 other people that has this one card, right?
Yeah, actually 3 of these in total, mine, and then there's 2 other that are all in the Tennessee area.
Tennessee, United States, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what's the value of this, do you think?
I have a few offers of $40,000. It's just not enough for me to consider selling it at that. So I don't know. I mean, really the value is whatever someone is willing to pay and what I would be willing to sell it for. So
What do you think you would be willing to let it go for?
I don't know. I mean, it would be some number over 50 to make me even consider it. So.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. What about the other card? Don't you have another one in there?
Yeah, I've got another one in here. This is the other common that's really rare in the game. This is the UDE Seal of Orichalcos. It actually has the anime effect on it. So these were given out to Upper Deck judges to play in this Duel the Master event back at a previous Nationals event. And these were never actually supposed to be released, but the judges ended up getting them, and they slowly got released back into the population. And there's somewhere around 15 of these, 15 to 20 range. So yeah, this is the other common that I like a lot. So I had to add this.
Is it 15 to 20 that were known or like people owned it, or 15 to 20 total in existence? Do you know?
I think they printed, I believe it was 2 sheets, so it was like 18. There may be a couple more, but to my knowledge, I've only ever heard of that many. You hardly ever see them. One of the biggest collectors in the world, this guy Anthony Wynn, he has one of these too, and he got the first one that surfaced publicly.
Wow. So this is your second or third one owning this card, right?
Yeah, I've owned 2 of these. Just this one I bought. I got this probably close to a year ago, like right after I got the card of Sanctity. I decided that I wanted to get this because those 2 cards, they have they're the cards with the coolest backstory. I mean, I have a lot of other stuff too, but these are the coolest ones.
That's so cool.
So.
Do you think those 2 are the rarest English print Yu-Gi-Oh cards of all time, or by far? Besides the Tyler the Great card, which is only like 1 or 2 copy of in existence, right?
So technically, you have like World's Prize cards that there's like 1 to 6 of, and so in terms of like quantity, those are rare. But in terms of like, I guess like a cool factor with the coolest story, these 2 would probably be the coolest cards in
You mind holding them up?
history. So
That's awesome. So you pretty much just acquired these like the last 2 years, right?
last year.
Last
I got
year.
them both.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thanks, Mark, for showing us your collection. I appreciate that, man.
All right, thank you.
So can you tell the viewers how they can find you?
Yeah, so if you go on Facebook, if you want to search Mark Spyro Spears, I am in pretty much every Yu-Gi-Oh group. I'm a admin in the $100 plus Yu-Gi-Oh high-end for Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. And also on TCG Player, if you look up Play to Win Games, that's our store's Facebook or our store's TCG account. If you ever want to buy or sell any Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, or Pokemon singles, you can reach out to me on Facebook as well.
All right, buddy. Thanks for your time, man. Take care, dude. Bye.